Man, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Just really wanted to get with you guys, fam. Just really want to get on here real quick and speak a few things. So definitely, um, this was actually a continuation from my last video, but I definitely want to talk about the narrative and people that's not ADOS, not ADOS, speaking for us, but turning around and just giving us mad disrespect. And it's definitely, I want to bring to light. Tariq, I think, mentioned it. Definitely Yvette Cornell mentioned it. Tone Talk mentioned it. I think few other ADOS mentioned it as well. So I'm gonna mention this as well. And about this Prince of Zuku, something like that. Now, the dude is actual supposed to be Nigerian royalty, but he was actually at a town hall meeting with CNN that was basically highlighted Mary and William, and he framed the question about reparation, and the question I had a problem with was him adding African into the equation of reparation, knowing he have no lineage, no ties. He really have nothing to say about reparation. And him being a quote Nigerian royal, and Nigeria was also the kingdom of Benin and so far, and they were very involved in the slave trade. Did his family have possible linkage in selling slaves to a lot of European powers, especially in the United States? So, or going to the Americas. So definitely that's what the red flag kind of come about. Because look, if you're not ADOS, you have no lineage, you got no time, you have nothing that really binds you. I ain't even talking about connections. I mean binds you. I ain't even talking about your birthright. I'm talking about family and blood linked with soil. Now, if that is a German, I don't think that's a German Nazi um, slogan. I think that slogan been used probably throughout history. If you really want to talk, when you talk about blood and soil, you're talking about a direct blood equity bonding connection of the land that your family and your people have been in, from the good and to the very bad. You are linked. You have developed culture there. You have developed a somewhat of a racial pride, or even to some feminine way of a racial identity. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of these Africans, they're coming in first generation, even brand new immigrants. You guys have no claim to that. You have no blood and soil to that. Yeah, there's no immigrant. If your family ain't been in the United States over a century, 100 years plus, or been into oppression, or especially been in slavery, in the institutional economic of slavery. See, slavery is not just what you think of it's not just an institutional. It was the actual society, economy, a way of life, an actual that was mentioned in many different forms of society of how they perpetrate. Like everybody says, it's a development. You go from feudalism. First you go into a slave society, then you go into certain type of a feudalism, or you go into a monarchism. It's a lot of different fascism. Even though those are constructs of almost of a social or a social standpoint, but But slavery in America was an actual slave society that morphed as well to a capitalist that still is ingrained. It's a slave society, is what America was, and still in some way is now. But that kind of got me heated, and actually, there's a few, I live in Houston, and I know people talk about the first generations with new immigrants and stuff like that. The first generation, yeah, they have a unique bond between the two different cultures that they're in. Yes, they're born in Americanism, so they're born in a almost of an ADOS culture, so they kind of a more of a fluent to it. But they also have their anchor in blood, and also in blood, and also in ties of lineage to their other culture that they're from, their immigrant culture that they're also from. That the two groups somewhat don't have a feminine connection to each other. So they're almost like a midpoint, but at the same time, they can't falsely claim the country, even the country that they were born in, their first generation. That means they have no lineage. They have no bonding ties to the country that they're born in. It's kind of like a fish. It's kind of like a fish, not out of water, but a fish that you took from a pond or lake or river stream and put them in a fish bowl. That's basically what first generations are. They're like, if you want to call them the fish bowl generation, because they're in water, but they're in a contained environment that's artificial, and they have no ties to. But they're still close to the water. They're still tied to the water, but they can't really go too farther than what that bowl will allow them. So it's kind of like a construct. So, but you have this immigrant that have no standing in ADOS at all. He actually got in and had the nerve to send out a disc to Yvette and Tone talk about he introduced us to Mary. Man, we've been knowing Miriam and William for a while. We knew of her since Oprah. We knew about her campaign long ago. This ain't nothing new. So, you have a lot of people that was not really full support of reparations, trying to take credit of reparation. I'm especially going to speak about Boyce Walkins. And fuck it, I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to definitely talk about Talib Kweli, because his ass has just been talking too goddamn much. And I'll be real, Talib Kweli, man, no one, he's not that really that good. The classic albums he came with group albums, really. Really he had two classic albums, but they were group albums. One with Mos Def, the other one with High Tech. You know what I'm saying? So just the affinity of it is confusing me, because you got, like I said, you got the dude talking about ADOS tries, and he's talking about that. I actually seen the video where the mama has. He was talking about the policies about Trump, and if he going, how we advocate and allocate our agenda to a candidate. I seen that video, and I know people that he's talking about something that she only wear for 2 or 3 minutes, but he don't even know about the goddamn video. So that lets you know how politics stupid he is. Boyce Walkins just dick riding, because I'm gonna understand, because I remember the currency. I remember other things he talked about that he no longer talk about. I know the lawsuit he got. That woman got $1 million lawsuit. So you got a lot of things going on that he is dealing with. A lot of YouTubers that worked on him in the past, they had a lot of beef with him and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things with Boyce. A lot of people are definitely not feeling with. But the thing about him, he was one of the first one to say reparation is not going to happen. He also said that there's no such thing as a racial wealth gap. He's promoted his little his business cards and yada yada yada. So you gotta, and all of a sudden, when ADOS took off, he started to jump on it. But the thing that made me look at him even more sideways is he actually got a live stream with Talib Kweli, and he's doing some. He's talking about he's a bigger man, but he's somewhat doing certain sideways disses to a vet, and also, he actually just let Talib Kweli just say anything, and in a way, he to himself. He said, "Well, I support ADOS. I support reparation. I really just don't really view that the creators are creditable or something like that." I said, "What? Because you got personal vendettas with them, but they probably have a reason why they have certain vendettas with you. I mean, she worked with you for a while." You know what I'm saying? She said, but there's other women that also left shit. Now, yeah, there's some beef within everybody around that camp. Yeah, that's just what it is. It's ego. But, and I really don't have a problem with Boyce. I even through all the stuff with the vet said, I kind of kept neutral of it. You know what I'm saying? But in the same time, hey man, how you gonna put this guy on the platform? You're talking about he support. He wants to trash. He's telling about ADOS is trash, and he wants to destroy it. And you're not really giving him no rebuttal. That's to me. I think of you sideways for that. That means to me you don't really believe in ADOS. You don't believe in this reparation movement. You're just going in. It's just, going in like it's just daily routine to get money for you. So yeah, it's a lot of bullshit going on. Definitely, like I said, people are trying to paint the narrative like they are the leader of this ADOS movement. This ADOS movement's got no leaders, man. This is organic. No, there's no leaders. You know what I'm saying? There's no leaders in ADOS. Everybody here is their own leader. You know why the civil rights movement was kind of a failure? Because people let their so-called, when the real leaders got killed, you had so-called fake leaders take over, and they pretty much led us the path that we're in now to make this movement. So to that Nigerian, you need to fucking hush, man. If you ain't ADOS, you got no blood ties to this. Man, stay out of here, man. You can advocate, but you can advocate in silence. You just step it away, and you let us try to get this right. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen the Reconstruction, read about the Reconstruction. Yes, that was our claim that Americans and Southern whites stole from us. So you damn right we're trying to get that shit back. That's what it is. And that dude talking about Twitter, he better just keep his Twitter, because I bet you people was lining his goddamn ass up, his funny ass up. Nigga, I know people was lining his ass up. Hey, if you're talking some stupid shit, you better be private. You better keep your shit private, and you better have not too many friends, because let me tell you, if somebody gonna screenshot your shit and put that out on their shit and put that out and let it be known, like, yeah, this is what so-and-so said. But, yeah, man, I just wanted to vent, just show a little bit of frustration with it, man. But like I said, man, I mean, just if you want to be a supporter and advocate, then that's cool. But you don't have the right to speak for us. Like, I don't have the right to really speak for your claim. That's just what it is. All right, one.